Hello everybody, my name is Guima. I'm a personal trainer and group exercise instructor here at the Cincinnati Sports Club. I hope everyone is staying healthy and busy. So today we're going to do a high intensity interval workout. And what we're going to do is we're going to go for 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. We're going to do 10 exercises and we're going to try to complete 3 rounds. So we're going to try to go for about 30 minutes. So I know some people have equipment at home. If you don't have all of these, you can just work with what you have at home. So we're gonna need a mat. If you have a step or an elevated surface, it doesn't have to be a step like this. It can be just a stairwell in your home, or it can be a couch, something that's just elevated. A resistance band, a mini band if you have it, and whichever weights you have. I have a kettlebell that I'll use, but if you don't have a kettlebell, that's probably fine. You can just use dumbbell or even anything heavy that you have at home, just to add some resistance to your exercises. All right, so let's get into it. We're gonna go for 40 seconds and then we'll rest 20. So the first exercise that we're gonna do is just a basic squat, but we're gonna try to get as deep as possible. So you're gonna grab your weight and you're gonna keep it right here like a goblet squat, right in front of your chest, and you're gonna go as deep as you can go without hunching over or arching your back. So down and up. Just try to get that full range of motion. For some people, might be a little bit less deep. For some people, it can be almost getting their glutes down to the ground, and that's fine. Just work with whatever range of motion your body allows you to go. Now, something that helps is if you can record yourself or do this in front of a mirror, even sideways, that helps a lot to figure out if you're doing anything that you're not supposed to be doing with your back, right? Or rounding your hips at the end. That also helps to see what your desired range of motion should be. All right, we're gonna rest now. And then we're gonna get into a single leg bridge. So for this one, you're just gonna lay down, facing up. And if single leg is too hard for you, you can always go with both legs. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have one leg on the step, the other one just straight up, and you're gonna push your hips up as high as you can go. All right, and we're gonna do both legs, of course. So this is when that elevated surface comes in handy, because it allows you to go a little bit higher than if you start from the ground. And I switch legs. Like I said, if this feels too difficult or too intense for that hamstring, you can always put your other leg down, and that will make it a little bit easier. Just try to keep extending your hips all the way. And relax. Awesome. All right, now we're gonna get into some core work. We're gonna do a side plank. So for this, you won't need any equipment. You can do this on your hand or you can do it on your forearm, however feels more comfortable for you. The main thing is you wanna keep your hips up. You don't want to let your hips collapse. So that's what we're gonna focus on the most. So again, we're gonna go for 40 seconds. And this one, we're gonna do 40 seconds each side. So if you wanna stack your legs and keep them like that, that's perfect. If you want to put one leg forward and the other one back to get better balance, that's fine as well. Just make sure that you keep your hips up. Also, if you need to modify the resting time, if you want to make it a little more intense and rest less, or make it a little bit easier on you and rest a little bit longer, that's totally fine. All right. Now rest for a little bit, and then we're gonna switch sides. It's the same thing. Now this time I'm just gonna turn the other way so that you don't just have to look at my back. And same thing, just keeping your hips up as high as you can keep them. If you need to take a break and come down, do so, but just try to rest as little as possible so you get the best out of these. All right, try to challenge yourself, see how long you can go. And you can start just doing maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and start building up from there. This is usually pretty challenging for most people. Anything that's going sideways, shoulder raises, doing band walks, anything that's a lateral movement is going to be very challenging in general. Make sure you keep those hips up. And like I said, if you want to do this on your forearm, you can. Whatever feels best for you. And good, we're about there. We're about 40 seconds, maybe a little bit longer. Awesome. All right, now we're gonna do band walks. All right, now we're gonna continue with that lateral work. So if you don't have a mini band, you can still do this with a regular band. You can just step on it and cross your arms. So it would be something like this. If you have one of these, you can still do those lateral walks. So you'll step on it, cross your hands, and then you can use it like that. Now, if you have one of these, it's obviously a lot easier. So this time, we're gonna have that band right over our knees, right? And so that I stay here focused and you don't lose sight of how the exercise goes, we're just gonna do it here, right? We're gonna do short movements. So we're not gonna go too deep. Now, in your house, you can go as deep as you have space for and then go back. I recommend 10 steps to each side. So we're gonna go 20 total. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You can rest for a second, and as soon as you're ready, we're gonna go back to it again, right? 40 seconds, sometimes it might be a little hard because you're gonna start feeling that burn, but as soon as you're ready, let's go back again. 4, 6, all right, awesome, cool. All right, now we're gonna do kettlebell swings. So we're gonna go over those real quick. If you don't have a kettlebell at home, you can do this with a dumbbell too. You can hold the dumbbell, right, with both hands and just do the same motion. What you wanna focus on is as you come up, you want to lock your hips, and you do that by squeezing your glutes. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold the kettlebell, kind of shoot it up to get some momentum, and then as you come down, push your hips back, and as you start coming up, squeeze your glutes, lock your hips and keep your stomach tight, and then just keep swinging back and forth, right? So we're gonna try to go for 40 seconds, but if you start feeling winded and tired, just take a break and then go as soon as you're ready. All right, so here we go. All right, I believe that's about 40 seconds right there. Yeah, right on 40, and then rest 20 and get ready for the next exercise. All right, so now we're gonna get on the floor, legs straight up, and we're gonna do toe touches for 40 seconds. So, lay on your back. Try to get the bottom of your hips off the floor, legs up, and we're gonna go up and try to touch our toes for 40 seconds, all right? Ready? Here we go. Make sure you control your body weight down. As you come up, you're gonna feel that squeeze, but as you come down, try not to let your body weight just plop down and control it. And good. All right, 40 seconds of toe touches. And now you're gonna grab a resistance band. If you don't have a resistance band, you can do these bent over and you do a rear fly. If you do have a band, we're gonna do band pull aparts. So grab your band, make sure that if it's a light band, it's not too light where you can stretch it very easily. If it's that way, then just choke up on the band a little bit. And you're just gonna do pull aparts for 40 seconds. So let's reset our timer. And we try to bring our heart rate down with this one. Try to recover and feel your shoulder blades pinching together. Also, as you pull the band, try not to flare your ribs out, because then you're not really pinching those shoulder blades, and your back and the back of your shoulders are going to relax. And you should start feeling it now. Start feeling that little burn on the back of your shoulders. And relax. Good. All right. So now we're going to do push-ups. We're going to do regular push-ups, but the only thing that I want you to work on is, since we don't have a lot of weight, it's just your own body weight, the way to make this harder and more challenging is to control your weight down. You don't want to just like plop yourself down. So let's try and control those push-ups. Don't go for the amount of reps. Just go for the quality repetition. So how good are your push-ups? How much are you feeling it in your chest? All right, so let's go for 40 seconds here on push-ups. Just regular push-ups. Make sure you control your weight down and back up. Really focus on those muscles that you're supposed to be working. You should feel on your triceps, the back of your arms, your chest. Your shoulders are working a little bit too. Your core, of course. And a quick modification, right? So some people like to do these push-ups on their knees. If you're gonna do them on your knees, the only thing you don't want is to push your hips out. I see a lot of people do push-ups and they go like that, right? That's more of a shoulder press basically. So if you're gonna do them on your knees, just make sure you bring your hips down and you press away. All right, so there's your push-ups. Now you're gonna get on your back again and we're gonna do curl-ups. So you're gonna start with your arms out and your legs in this position. So you're just gonna bend your knees, and then from there everything is gonna come up, then everything comes out. Okay, it's kind of like a Pilates curl up. All right, 40 seconds, and here we go. And that's about 40 seconds there. And finally, we're gonna finish with a pike to plank. So that's gonna be our last exercise. And then we're gonna go for next 2 rounds. So pike to plank, you're gonna start on a plank position, push your hips back and out, and you're gonna come back to your plank. So you're gonna go from here, back to your plank, here, back to your plank. Now, if you wanna make it a bit more dynamic, you can try and reach for your toe as you push your hips back. So try to go crisscross. And as you come back to your plank, just make sure you keep your stomach tight. All right, there's round one. Catch your breath, get a little bit of a break. I have to do so myself. So we're gonna get a little bit of water and then we're gonna go for round 2 and 3. So now that we know the exercises, we can kind of like make it flow a little bit faster. So we don't have to go over them and explain. I'll just say what's next and then you guys have already seen it once. All right, so let's start with squats again. So remember, trying to go as deep as possible, right? Working with your range of motion. So here we go for 40 seconds. Got a couple more reps here. And good. Go ahead and put that weight down. And even if you don't have a weight, you can do this without weight and it's still gonna burn. It's still gonna get your quads. When you're just doing body weight exercises, if you really focus on what you're doing, it's gonna get your muscles just as well. All right, back to those single leg bridges. So like I said, if this is too intense for those hamstrings, you can always do it with both legs. So same thing, you would just push your hips up as high as you can take them. If that's too easy, you can go on one leg. So let's try just one leg for about 20 seconds and then we'll switch to the other one. That's 20 seconds in. Let's bring the other one up. All right, we've got a few more reps here. And good. All right, so we're gonna go side plank and then band walks. So remember, side plank you can always do on your hand or on your forearm. So let's try this time to go on our forearm, making sure that we keep our hips up, 40 seconds on each side. Ready? And here we go. Hips up. Just keep breathing. Just because it's a challenging exercise, you don't need to hold your breath. It makes it easier actually to hold that position if you keep breathing and getting some oxygen flowing into those muscles. All right, we're 20 seconds in, halfway there. All right, 10 more seconds on this one. And good. All right, if you need to shake it off and relax for a second, go ahead. And let's get ready and go over to the other side. So the first round we did on our hand. This time we're gonna go on our forearm, hips up, and hold it for 40 seconds. I even caught myself just now, like letting my hips drop. That's really easy to start dropping your hips and you don't even notice it. So if you want to put something underneath you, like Pilates or yoga block, so that if you feel like you start touching it, you get your hips back up there, and that way you're not cheating. Three, two, one. Good. All right, while we rest, we can get ready and get our band around our knees, right about your knees. And we're gonna do 2 sets of 20 steps. Now, if you have enough energy and stamina to do it without stopping, then of course, go ahead and do that. Ready? And here we go. Let's go 20 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, halfway. 20. You start feeling that burn. Take a couple seconds if you need them, and then 20 again. Ready? And here we go. All right, that's about 40 seconds as well. And now we're gonna go back to our kettlebell swings. So again, just be careful with the kettlebell swings as far as like locking your hips, because if you let that momentum take you out without squeezing your stomach and your glutes, you might start feeling a weird pinch in your back, and we definitely don't want that. So make sure that you use your glutes to decelerate, and then you just let the kettlebell go back down. Ready? And here we go, 40 seconds kettlebell swings. Also, I recommend not going up too high unless you're trying to work your shoulders as well. I said this height is probably real good for you. If you have healthy shoulders, you can try and go a little bit higher, right? But if this feels comfortable for you, I'll just stick to that height. And good, about 40 seconds there. So we're halfway there in the second round. All right, we've got toe touches and then band pull apart. So let's get back down on the floor. Legs straight up. And 40 seconds of toe touches. Okay, ready? And here we go. All right. After that, it feels good to get back up on your feet, relax for a second, and then do an exercise that's going to help you bring your heart rate down, like this band pull apart. So you're still working your muscles pretty efficiently. You're just trying to do something that's going to help you recover and get ready for the next exercise. So again, try to keep your ribs in. Make sure you feel those shoulder blades pinching together. And good. All right. We got curl ups and then pike to plank, and then we're done with the second round. So those curl ups, like the Pilates curl ups, if you take Pilates, you can probably do this even better than my demonstration. So you know, when you're in that reformer Pilates and you're pulling the carriage up, that's basically what we're trying to imitate. If you have a resistance band that you can loop around your couch or a chair that won't move, you can try that. All right? And then everything comes to the middle, everything goes out. Awesome. All right, one more exercise and then we're done with round two. So pike to plank, like I said, if you want to make it a bit more dynamic, more challenging, you can try to crisscross and touch your toes with the opposite hand. So we got a few seconds here. You go. Ready? And all right, we're on for 40 seconds. Pike to plank. If you want to add a push-up here, you can do that too. So you can play around with the exercises as long as it's something that makes sense for you and you're working your whole body. So that's what we're trying to do with this workout. Try to get pretty much every muscle group and get a full body workout. All right, good. Starting to get harder now, starting to get heavy. So third round, same thing. We're gonna start with squats, get a little break, shake it off. If you need to stretch, get a drink, and then we're gonna go for round 3, all right? Okay, so grab your weights and still same thing. If you're starting to feel tired, those muscles fatigue, you can drop the weights and just focus on your form, right? So right now I think everyone that's doing at-home workouts should be focusing on proper form and executing those exercises the right way, and that way you also stay away from injury, right? So here we go, guys, right? Round 3, squats as deep as you can go. So again, don't focus on how many repetitions you can do, just focus on how good are those reps. What's the quality of this workout you're getting? All right, let's put that weight down, and we're going into our single leg bridges. Just laying down on the floor. So let's say you don't have a step. So that's what that would look like on the floor. Just try to make sure that your foot is close to your glutes. If it's too far out, you're not gonna get too high. So you wanna have that foot close to your glutes so that you can push your hips up real high, 20 seconds each leg. That's about 10 reps, I think. For most people, I would say 10 reps. You can get 10 reps in 20 seconds. If you don't have a timer or you can be looking at your watch, I would say 10 to 12 reps. It's about 20 seconds, and then you can switch legs. And good. All right, side planks now. 40 seconds, we're gonna do 40 on each side. So let's go on our forearm. You can do it on your hands too if you want. And get those hips up. All right, 20 seconds in. Almost there, we got about 10 more seconds, and then switch sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, let's switch sides. Same thing, forearm or hand for 40 seconds. You get about 20 seconds first of a break, and then we get back up. All right, we start again in 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go back up. Now, in the case that this is too easy for you, you want to do something else, you can always do leg raises, or you can try to get your knee up to your elbow, or just go out with your leg if you want to make it more challenging. There's always a way to make it easier or make it harder. All right, 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. Starting to hurt, starting to get difficult now. To grab your band again. If you don't have a band, you can do it without the band, holding weight. You can even do wall sits instead. If you don't feel like this is really working those muscles and you want to do something that's more an isometric contraction, you can just go to the wall, hold it for 40 seconds. Right? So here we go, 20 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. All right, let's take a little break there and then go for another 20 steps. Now, when you do these, you also don't want to close your legs all the way. You want to keep some space between your feet so that the tension on the band is not lost completely. Let's go 10 more steps. 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. Good. All right. Kettlebell swings, then we'll be halfway there. We got a few seconds there. Again, if you don't have a kettlebell, you can do it with your dumbbells. You can even grab a heavy bag or a heavy backpack and just try to imitate that same movement, right? So here we go. And good. Alrighty. So we got toe touches and then band pull aparts. All right, we're getting there. So let's go back to the floor, legs straight up, and 40 seconds of toe touches. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Just a few more reps, and then we can come up on our feet. And good. All right, you can tell even, all right, in this third round, you start to get tired, start to get fatigued, maybe you don't come up as high. Still try to push, try to do your best to get as high as you can go, especially with core work, right? It's always hard, it always starts burning right away. And then we're back to our pull aparts. Right here we can bring our heart rate down. Try to take deep breaths. Slow and control. Try to feel that little burn on the back of your shoulders. All right. Now we're going to go for push-ups, and then we're going to go to curl-ups and pike to plank. All right, we've got 3 more exercises left. All right, so slow and controlling those push-ups. Make sure you're getting good quality repetitions in those push-ups. All right, try to keep your head back, slow down. You can come up a little bit faster. All right, back on our mat or the floor, and we're going for those curl-ups. So we start with our knees bent, arms out, and everything is gonna come up towards the middle, and everything comes out. All right, we're almost there. We got 2 more exercises. All right, let's finish it with good quality repetitions. All right, doing the best we can. Here we go. Awesome. All right, we've got about 20 seconds. Get ready, shake it off, breathe if you need a quick drink. And we got the last exercise, pike to plank, and then we'll be done with this 30-minute workout. So let's make the best out of it. Last set, last exercise, and here we go. Start in a plank position, up to a pike, down back to a plank. I'm gonna go crisscross and work on that flexibility. Couple more reps on each side. Let's go one more. And good. That hard towards the end. So there you go. That's your 30-minute workout. I think most of the stuff we have is really not that uncommon to have. Just a pair of weights, step, a mat. If you have a kettlebell, that's awesome if you can get your hands on one. But if not, you can work with what you have at home. And if you need to modify anything, do it for your own sake, for your health. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any trainers here at the sports club. Again, my name is Guima. Thanks for watching.